Hi guys, and welcome to the latest video. I haven't done a sales video since I think it was November, and part of the reason has been we've been selling a lot of the stuff from the haul that we bought back in August now. So I didn't want to bore people to tears with literally after sale of RC parts, models, die casts, that kind of thing. Obviously if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video, because we've sold plenty of RC parts and die casts and model kits, and I'll be happy to share those sales with you. But what I thought would be interesting is, at least for the month of January so far, I thought I'd pick out what we have sold that isn't from the haul. And it's not been easy, because most of what we've sold has been little RC parts and die casts and model kits, but I have gone through and we have found a few sales that, like, are just general stock that we've had for ages, some of it not for so long, but I thought I'd just go through and share with you guys some of those sales. So we will get going. The first item I'm going to share with you guys is here. This is a pair of Adidas F10 TRX firm ground football boots. I've had these for a long time. I can't remember when. I didn't get round to listing them until quite recently, I think, but they've still been listed for longer than I would have liked. In the end, I actually accepted an offer of £15. I didn't get the 1978 I was asking for. I got £15. I think I paid about £2 for them. They were overall okay, but they did have like this mark which I couldn't get rid of on the top of the boots there, so they were used, but overall they weren't in terrible condition. I could have done a better job in cleaning them up. As you can see, they've still got grass and bits of grass on the sole there, but I did what I thought was necessary and they sold. Moving on to the next item. This is again something I've had for a while. I think this was picked up, oh gosh, I can't remember. I think this must have been from the car boot season. It's a Discman remote control. Now, it's always worth checking out. Say if you buy a Sony Discman or a cassette player or something, and the machine's faulty, you can part out even the inline remote control. So this is the bit that would connect to the Walkman or Discman itself, and there's the inline control. And at the top of the inline control, there's a socket for your 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, this here I have had listed again for quite a few months, and in the end I accepted an offer of a tenner, just to see the back of it, because it had been listed for a good few months. They can be quick sellers, but they're often slow sellers, but on the plus side, these are the kinds of things that you're going to find in those boxes of wires and bric-a-brac at a lot of car boots and things like that. So if you spot anything like that, an inline remote, especially a Sony one, worth picking up, because some of them are going to be in demand. Moving on, this was quite a nice sale. This is actually one of Beck's listings. It was a Greenwoods menswear tweed flat cap wool blend, size XL. I believe this came as part of our house clearance lot. Pretty surprised, but yeah, this is a good brand apparently. You can see it's a wool blend with 30% polyester, 35% acrylic, extra large size, and it sold very quickly from listing, I think, and we got the full £18 for that. Bear in mind, guys, these prices are mostly with free shipping, but some of them won't be, but we'll go into that. Next item, this was really cool. This was a car boot sale pickup I made back in the summer, and again I only just got around to listing it, and it sold within a couple of weeks of being listed. It got interest straight away. This is a Wally U-Command talking action figure. I bought this from a car boot seller for £2. Unfortunately, when I got it and I initially tested it, it didn't work. So I was like, oh, screw it. I just left it, and it was just hanging around the office for a long time. I got round to it again. I thought I'd try it again with the batteries, and it didn't work. But after a bit of cleaning of the contacts and things, I did manage to get it to spring into life. However, it had a couple of issues still. These originally come with remote controls, which adds a considerable amount of value. This didn't have that, so that was a shame. But also, This is like a talking, moving. Whilst he did talk and he moved fine, his eyes are meant to light up blue, to match the character in the movie, and his eyes didn't light up at all, which was a shame. However, I got £35 and $8.99 shipping to somewhere, I think it was Spain or Italy. I'm not sure which of the two, but I think it was probably Italy. But yeah, that went for $34.99 plus $8.99 shipping, so I was very pleased with that. Moving on, this is an interesting sale. Had this for a while as well. This is again something I've had since I think March or April of this year, but it's not that it's not sold for all that time, it's just it hasn't been listed for all that time. It was listed about and sold within a month, I think, probably about 2 or 3 weeks again. And this is a Philips 160GB hard drive DVD player recorder with a Freeview tuner. Now the Freeview hard drive recorders and DVD recorders can be of good value, but this one used something called Guide Plus, which is no longer being supported as its electronic program guide, which affects its value. But also it's just not a particularly known model, but it was in good condition. It was in working order. Now I sold it for $59.99. But this is the weird thing about this, and I'm hoping that the sale's gone through fine. I've not heard anything yet, but some guy in Thailand bought this at a cost of an additional £50 I charged for shipping. I don't know why. I think it was because of the weight of the item. I think I've got presets for it, so the shipping, because it was around a 5 kilo unit, 4 or 5 kilo package once it had been all packaged up, etc. And yeah, it sold for $59.99 plus £50 shipping to Thailand. Shipping did come in a bit cheaper, but like I said, I'm holding my fingers crossed that this one stays sold. So far I've not heard anything, so pretty pleased. Moving on, this is something I picked up after seeing a lot of people get success with duvet covers, such as Fake Rachel and Caroline, Andrea, that all had good success with picking up duvet covers, so I thought I'd try my hand at it. And this was not the most successful one. This is a Bart Simpson's single duvet pillow cover set. I paid £2 at a car boot for this. Again, it just never got listed because I couldn't get round to it. It's not something that interests me, so it took a while for me to do that. And then once it did get listed, it stayed listed for a long time. It must have taken at least 4 or 5 months for this to sell, I reckon. I'm not sure, but a long time. You can even see the ladder rungs at the bottom of that photo. That's terrible. But yeah, I made a few errors when picking this up. I didn't notice these that little hole there, but other than that, it was in okay condition. In the end, I accepted an offer of a tenner just to get rid of it. Not my best pickup, but still, there we go. Moving on, these next two items were sold to the same buyer, so I was pretty pleased. This is a Hulk 2003 action figure. Comes with his little wall there. You can see the Hulk action figure, and he can punch the wall out, so that's really cool. And then the next item is another Hulk. This is called a Twist and Slam Hulk, and again he's got like a wall that he can twist and slam, I guess. So these two were sold together. It went to a buyer, I think in Spain or Italy. I can't remember which of the two countries it was, but I accepted, I think in the end, £11 for each, and then they paid $8.99 shipping, so I was pleased to see those go too. Moving on, this is another car boot sale pickup. I think I paid £3 for this Walkman. This is a Sony FM AM 151 Walkman. It wasn't listed for particularly long, but it must have been for over 14 days at least, because I did manage to put it on a 15% sale, which took it down to $15.29, and it sold. So I was pretty pleased to just see the end of that one. Not as good as a buy as I thought it would have been. Moving on, we've got these Ampex 456 studio mastering tape spools. I love these items. This is for like your reel-to-reels, like your Tascam reel-to-reels, and any Fuji's fans out there will know there was a lyric that Praz did. he compresses sound sets or something, and records vocals on his 456 Ampex or something like that. He says something like that anyway, I can't remember, so please don't think that was accurate at all, but I remember the lyric from way back when I was younger. But yeah, and it was a 456 Ampex, and I was really chuffed to have it. I kind of wanted to keep it just for that, but I had a couple of them. As you can see, they're both sold, and that one went for $16.99, plus it went for international shipping to I can't remember where. Moving on, another Philips Philips product. This is a Philips stereo cassette player. This was a car boot pickup. I paid £4 for it because it looked in pretty good condition, and I thought it would be working, and it looks so cool. I mean, you can see it's really retro design, raw like 80s look to it with the kind of squiggle design on it. Unfortunately, on closer inspection, it had some damage and it had warbling. I think it had some kind of warbling, warbled slow sound there. So that was a shame. So I ended up selling that for, you know, less money. £21.06 I got for it. Well, I would have hoped to get more, but from £4 it's not too terrible. Again, another item that's been sat for a while, but these are a pair of TDK VHS tapes, 180-minute tapes. Got good money for these because they are slightly better than your standard quality tapes. Got £10.86, but they were hanging around for absolutely ages, and I'd forgotten where they were and everything, but they sold for £10.86. If you can hold on, great, but they take up a lot of room for the money. It's not worth it. But still, gone. Next item. The Leak Delta 30 amplifier. This is a beautiful little amp. Unfortunately, one of the channels did not produce sound, and it was quite crackly, so it does need a good service. It does need, you know, a good look at, and I didn't really have the ability to do that, so up for sale it went. This actually came to me as part of a job lot, so it doesn't actually owe me anything, and it sold for £40 plus the £9 shipping. Really happy. Something else that's been hanging around for ages. I didn't really have much inclination to list it, I suppose, or interest to list it, but I was going and doing a lot of listing, and I thought, well, yes, let's get it done. And it's a Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex for the PS2. This game seems to have picked up in value. I got a tenner for it, which I'm pretty pleased with the manual, and it's the platinum version. I'm sure you could probably get more money for the standard version, so very happy with that little sale. Again, now this is something that's really ancient. I bought this, oh god, this was from down south. I bought this ages ago, and it's an I'd Rather Be Riding orange t-shirt by Stedman, like a Stedman men's large shirt. I just thought it was interesting. The photos look a bit dull. It was made in the US, the shirt, so I thought that made it cool, and it was vintage, but no one else thought that, so it sat on sale for months and months and months and months. Eventually I put it on sale, which took it down to £12.56, and I accepted an offer of £8 just to see it go. This item. This is a bit of an annoying item for me because I paid £14. It's a large Stone Cold Steve Austin figure, and I was meant to be listing this before Christmas, where I could have maybe gotten a little bit more money for it. I forgot to list it. It was just sat in a corner with another giant wrestling figure, but in the end I got a shot of it for £40 plus shipping to Germany, so still not bad from £14. And finally, final sale I want to share with you guys is this River Island black shearling style ladies jacket. I'm not sure where we got this from, but I don't think we paid a great deal for it. It would not have been more than a £5. If anything, it's pretty less. But we took an offer of £25 for it, so pretty pleased to see that go. So guys, those are all sales that we've had recently. I think it's all of January kind of thing, and those are all sales that aren't related to the haul, because obviously we've had lots of sales which were from the haul, but I've ignored all of those because I was just worried that it would be really monotonous to see lots and lots of RC parts that most people aren't really going to have a chance of finding when they're out and about looking, because it's not often that these come up. So what I did is I just went from January and I had a look at all our sales, and these are the non-haul sales from January. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and if you'd like to see a sales video showing you lots and lots of RC parts and models and things like that, let me know, because we've got lots of other sales that we could have shown you as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you liked it, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.